Hey, welcome back to Rob's Garage Woodworking. Today, we are in the laundry room of the Handyman Special House, and this is going to become a bathroom, and I'll show you the plan for that. If you watched my other video, I showed you the plan for that. Now, we're just going to talk a little bit about how they framed this, and how they ran the plumbing, and how they ran the electrical. So there's a few sketchy things here, and anyway, I'm just gonna walk you through what's been done here, and yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they did and why they did it, but yeah, I'll show you some things. There's some things going on here. All right, so I'm gonna pick up the camera and walk you around. All right, so this was a laundry room, so they have these shut-off taps, right? Whoops, which are still on, apparently. So, there's a shut-off for it there. And what did they do when they plumbed it in? So they plumbed it in, they ran it over here, and they have more shut-off valves. Well, that's convenient. How come you need two sets of shut-off valves for the same thing? And then, a little bit further down, they have another set of shut-off valves, and that ran to where the laundry sink was and the toilet. Besides being up against the wall, and when we got here there was nothing around it at all, just a curtain because it was in the laundry room and it wasn't closed off from the hallway, but it is also right beside the electrical panel. So you're not supposed to be able to reach out and touch anything when you're around water, like your sink or your toilet or your shower. You're not supposed to be able to reach out and touch, say, the outlet or the electrical panel. So this isn't to code. And then when you look at the framing, you can see they didn't go on 16-inch centers. And why wouldn't you just frame it on 16-inch centers? Because really, you're only going to use two extra 2x4s in this application. You can see one extra 2x4 here and one extra 2x4 there would give you 16-inch centers. And when they built this house, that would have been, say, 99 cents. So it's ridiculous not to do it properly. And then we have some interesting framing here. Now that, I'm not exactly sure why they did that. And then up at the top, you could see that they had the copper pipe, the water pipes, really low. And they should have been higher. So what they did was they framed a little bit around that. And it looks like they used all scrap wood. You can see nails everywhere. So they ran those pipes low and all the way over to here. And this is a natural gas water heater, which was an add-on, so they didn't have room to put it in the crawl space, so they put it here. And then that's got the power vented exhaust that goes out the side of the house there. And okay, that makes sense that they have it set up this way, and once again they ran the pipe low, so they had to put in a drop ceiling here, and that's what they had. And then another spot here, the wire runs from the panel out to this junction box, and then, well, I haven't traced where it goes. It almost looks like it runs back to the panel, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't do that. But yeah, so they hid this junction box, and quite literally, depending on where that wire actually runs, they might have been able to put the junction box in closer to the panel instead of hiding it in the ceiling. So, or just, you know what, just run the wire properly the first time. And then we have the vent stack. So the vent stack looks pretty normal, goes all the way up, and then it gets up to here, and then they say, oops, you know, we got to go around this, and then we got to go around that, and we got to there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 elbows right there, and God only knows how many more elbows around that. It's just one thing after another. It just doesn't make sense what they did. And then there was, if you look at one of my old videos, so right here where that is stopped, that used to go right outside. There's the back wall over here, and that had an outside faucet on it, but there was no shutoff for that, so that had to be on year round, and the pipe was just ready to burst when we bought. So that's odd. So this one had a shutoff in here, and I thought, well, that must be the shutoff for the outside tap. But before I ripped the wall apart, and now that I've ripped the wall apart, not only does it have this really funky fitting that, I don't know, is that even a plumbing fitting? They soldered onto it here, and then this one looks like it's threaded, like a pressure fitting almost. And this pipe is the warm pipe. Then they soldered this elbow on, and if you look down here, oops, I don't know if you can really see it. Oh, there it is. So that is it's just bent over. Like, the pipe runs down. It literally runs down to where my finger is here, and they've cut the pipe and bent it over and squished it and crimped it. And as far as I could tell, that's off. But if you look down here, obviously there's water damage where it's been dripping. And right beside that, right behind it, is your electrical panel for your electrical outlet for the stove. The stove is right behind that. So that's, 220 volts there. You don't really want water getting into that. That's a bad thing. So, yeah. Anyway, it's just poorly done all the way around. Your P-trap from the tub is too low. All your plumbing is too low. It should have been run in the floor joists, in between the floor joists, a little higher. And all these elbows, like, do you really need all these junctions and elbows and all these valves? There's so many valves here. Just put on one set of valves. You just shut it off. Really, what was here? There was your washer and dryer, your laundry tub, and your toilet. That could have all been shut off by the same shut-off valve, so it would have made sense. And then, you could have afforded the extra 2x4s, because those shut-off valves are really expensive. Anyway, just want to show you all the craziness here, and how we're going to rebuild this and put in a bathroom. So the toilet's going to move over. This is going to be a closet area here. Toilet's going to move over to here, shower stall, and then a sink. And then we got to break up the floor, which is going to be tomorrow's job. And here is our plan. I don't know if you can really see it. So we have the toilet, shower stall, and little tiny sink. And that thing in the doorway is supposed to be a dog. I guess they had the dog as part of the design software, which is pretty funny. So yeah, that's it. That's what we have to work with here. That's what we got to work around. And it's funny, this house isn't all that old. It was built in, 83 or 82 or something like that. So it's old, yes, but it's not really old. Like, it shouldn't be this way. And I don't know why they did it the way they did it. And it would have been so much easier just to do it right the first time. Why wouldn't you just do it right the first time? And why wouldn't they have put the laundry somewhere else, or at least done a stacking washer, dryer, and a toilet and a tiny sink, all together? Like, I just don't understand why you would do it like that. I don't understand why you wouldn't put in a proper bathroom. So this house only has one bathroom right now, and then the emergency toilet. I call it the emergency toilet because it's out in the middle of the open, and it'd have to be an emergency for you to use it, really. There'd have to be an emergency. Anyway, So we're going to work on this, and I'll give you an update of when it's completed, probably in a couple of weeks. All right, thanks for watching.